perfecto.
Skeet. I don't know how to use words very well, so.
Diamond.
But I'm working on it. I think it's from writing songs, and I like to change like how words are said just so they fit the melodies of my songs. Skeet. It's a side
like
effect.
Reba putting like 4 syllables into 1 syllable word.
Or like that, what is that, the Star is Born song? It's like, in the shy, hello. It's pretty good stuff. I didn't know there was that many A's. I gotta think about that one.
I'm blinking.
You're blinking? Reel it in? Don't do your fish references with me.
Bring it in,
all right.
Jacob.
Are we paying attention, guys?
Not really.
Lee is on our show.
Yeah.
This is Love at First Song with Coco and Darla, a video series that brings you artists and other people in the music scene to tell you all about how they fell in love with music. This is our guest today, Giakob Lee.
I'm an artist, apparently. Cool.
He is.
Really
He makes
great.
art. He makes art.
It's technically art.
Technically speaking, I create art.
Using today's current definitions of art, it will pass. Yeah.
But pretty
No,
new,
really.
right?
He comes to us from
It's new to
Cushing,
me.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
In the mind, he's a businessman. In the heart, he plays sad, relatable songs.
Sad songs that make you cry on your kitchen floor and
That's
your bathroom
true.
floor. Yeah, if you've ever been divorced or heartbroken and you need to cry your eyes out and go to counseling again, listen to Jacob's record.
I will push you to counseling, I hope. That's
you
my goal.
do, and it's amazing.
Ah,
I feel like you
Well,
hit
thank you.
people between the eyes where most people are afraid to go. Like, just the raw, this sucks, and here it is.
So to backpedal a little bit, he comes to us from a lot of struggles that he's kind of triumphed. He's an extremely resilient individual, and that's what led him really to start sharing his music. So you fell in love with music long before all
Yeah.
of that happened. When you were a lot younger, you wrote songs and kind of kept them to yourself, correct?
Started putting
I
music at 6,
got a guitar somewhere in that time frame, 15, 16.
right?
My older brother helped me get one off eBay. I still have it. It's still one of my very favorite guitars, too. It's just an old Epiphone. It's black. It's a dreadnought. Thank you.
You'd pick up your guitar, you'd play, a melody would come to you, and then you would add lyrics to that in that order, correct? If I remember.
Kind of. I do more of I do the music first, actually. For me, it was more, I never really tried to write songs like intentionally. That was never my thing. And literally until maybe even a couple months ago, going to my music
Therapy.
room. Yeah, and I would literally just pick up the guitar because that was what would help me kind of feel better. I would do something that I felt it made me feel creative, and
Like
it made
your
me
journal.
feel right. Yeah, but then that's when the journal would happen though. Is I would be writing this music, and it would be an extension of how I was feeling in the moment. But the music on the guitar and then the melody is always what's first for me, and then the words come afterwards. But again, a lot of people may write the words first, which to me,
Yeah,
I don't know how they
artists
do
do,
that.
right.
It's super foreign to me.
I think that's
Crab
great
shots.
though, because you went through some extremely trying situations that kind of led you to find refuge in music and then eventually share it with the world, which was never your intention. So you kind of found your public love for it a lot later than a lot of musicians do, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. So the Cush Radio ladies are phenomenal, by the way. Which
Yes, they are. I'm
you
big
guys-
fans.
Oh, they're huge. And Cush Radio is right there in Cushing where I live, and I've known these people forever. I did business stuff with them, and just I love the way that they love music in the same way that I think it's awesome what you guys are doing
Yeah.
too. And
the
they
way
really
that they
want to
interact
support.
with the artist, and
It's a conversation.
It
It's not.
is.
It's
They're-
nothing more than that. Yeah.
like the Oklahoma.
That's
It's
right.
like I've had mad respect
Joyce
for
and
those
Molly have a
ladies.
good time with
I
people.
know.
The
So-
Cush OGs.
Molly definitely knows the pain, and it's also her last name, by the way. That's it. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
But Cush Radio is
No
something that I
pain.
followed for a long time, and they let me, without hearing me, play on their Artist Appreciation Day, which was like live broadcast on the radio.
Well, I think that's incredible too, though, because you've only been sharing your music publicly since last year, not even for a full year yet, really.
Not yet. Yeah.
And you've had a massive support system come around you. Recognition you've gotten from different areas of Oklahoma and all of the artists that praise you,
Well,
without even having
what
a
has he
record
been
out or
nominated
anything
for?
like that.
Already.
Tulsa Music Awards. You were
I
nominated.
lost big time though.
But
Yeah,
already
but you were
nominated.
I'm pretty
nominated.
sure
Hold
I got
on.
last place. I have no idea if they even
Nominated
kept
with
track.
no music produced out. Okay.
Thank you.
Not touring around, like that says something. And I think what it
Oh, I
is
toured.
it,
It was the Silly Man's tour.
You
Yeah,
have a
but
record. Or
I think
Hey,
it
my
says
whole goal in that was if a songwriter asked me to go somewhere, or if I found
Right.
a songwriter that we found some common ground with and they let me come and play, I was there no matter what. That was what I wanted to do. And it all started, about the Cush radio. I had to follow Jared Tyler on the radio, and I didn't even know, Jared Tyler's playing on the radio live with Seth Lee Jones, and it's just crazy good. I'm sitting there like, oh no, what have I got myself into? This is foolishness. I need to leave now. And Molly's like, hi, Jacob. I'm like, oh no, she saw me. And I'm
so
like, I have
that's
to
the
leave.
first time.
That
public,
was,
'cause that takes a lot of courage.
It was that, and then the Colony also. I went to an open mic night.
Yes.
And I went and I shared. The first time I went to the Colony, I walked in the door, and I went to the door, and I opened the door, and there was such great music coming out of there. I left. I turned around and left, and I went home.
That's
And
what
I
happened
needed
to
it
me
too that
in
night.
a Zumba class
Oh.
for the first time.
You were like, I can't do
I did.
that.
I peered through the window and I was
Zumba.
like,
Oh, they were just such. I mean, seriously, that's what's so crazy about this is at the end of the day, there's not a corner of this state that I've been to so far, or even up north or anywhere else that I've actually gone and played and listened to people in person that I was sitting beside or there to listen to or play with or whatever. That doesn't. It's everywhere. There's talent everywhere.
that's
It's unbelievable.
what started all of this. We're like, there's
Yes.
so much great talent. Why would we not want to put it out there?
I was gonna be okay with going and doing this. My whole goal at the Colony was to go until I shared all the songs I was willing to share. It was about 50 songs, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna share. But I was gonna share 50. I didn't know. I had no idea that was even a lot of songs.
I've only been playing for a year. I think.
No, I didn't only play for a year. I've been playing my whole life.
You've been
I've only
playing a long
sharing
time.
for a year. So I've been playing since I was 16, but I didn't share them. They were just for me.
Okay, all right, that
Yeah.
helps.
Perfect. At the end of the day, my whole goal is that I convey the emotion of my songs. What Dwight said today was that pumped me up, actually.
What?
I said, I want it all. I want to put my music out there. I feel compelled to do it. And not for that reason that I want to play somewhere big. I'm excited to share my music. And no doubt about
Are
it.
you
To me,
excited to share your music on this show?
yes,
Not
of course.
really.
Absolutely. Ah.
Fine then.
I don't
You know what I'm
No
excited
song
about?
for Jacob.
Dang it.
No song for Jacob.
No.
Can I tell you what I'm excited about? The new part of you that we have not got to experience because you come from such a serious place in writing your lyrics. Like one day I look forward to when you're super in love or in that place and you write from a happy place and maybe you'll be completely miserable and just show forever.
It could be.
We'll
I may
always
have already
be
had my peak.
depressing.
We'll see. It could just
But
be
do you think about
nose
that?
diving.
Like, with the lyrics that you write, it's very serious and in your face. And do you ever think about where you'll be?
I write the songs for me.
I'm excited to see where you're going as an artist because
Yeah.
we come in on a lot of tragedy and hard
Yeah.
emotions that people need. But, it's exciting to see where, some girls going to come in and be like, what's up, Jacob Lee? And then you're going to be
So raw.
She's
And
gonna make it all
honest.
better, huh?
You're going to be bright and
That's
shiny
usually
notes.
that's
And
whenever
then you're going to
we're
be
really
like,
smart
get
people.
out of my life. You're making me too happy. I
Right.
can't make music anymore.
Oh.
And you're going to purposely break up with her to produce a record.
Man, you got me pegged.
You know?
I always think it's best if we depend
Sorry
all of
to
our
the
own
next
happiness
girl.
on other people. I think that's a really
that
smart
always
move, ladies.
works out.
Listen,
Cheers to that. Other
yeah.
people finding the key to our own lives
if
and
you're in a
happiness.
relationship with
Cheers.
Jacob and he starts talking about record number 2, you might as well run for the hills because it's coming.
Now it's
anyway.
already broken. That's the problem. It's already been written. That's the thing. It's already
Break
done.
his heart good, girl. Break it good.
No one else do that, please. I beg of you.
Don't do it. He's a good
I
man.
am okay. I'm a problem solver.
Pizza oven.
Make him happy.
Please.
Please.
Some lady one time. We were
God.
very much.
Help us! We're his only friends!
I only have 3 friends. They're all here in the.
They're all in the
They're all
camera.
here in a 14 by 8 wide trailer.
So, before we segue into you playing a song for us,
Okay.
Tell me what you love about
Just-
me. Oh, sorry.
Everything.
go ahead and
Got it. Nailed
Mm.
it. All of it.
Is this love at first compliment?
Ooh. No, that would make sense in a lot of ways. No, not with you, but like that's how we all are in life. We're like, this person likes me. I'm in love. Holy smokes.
Marriage.
Marriage is
Thank you guys.
Um,
Yes.
Can you
So
tell
what
me?
would be your number one kind of comment or
Caress her. Skeet, 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 skeet.
if you could leave something with anybody just about your love for music and how it's going to keep you passionate about it, what would be your one little like sensei comment, you know?
Ooh. About my own song? About my music to the
Just
world.
about loving music and how you're going to
Man.
infiltrate the world with it.
I think it's more of I never try to write a song on purpose. So, again, I hope that people do write songs on purpose because there are writers out there that have a lot to say and are very good. They're probably better listeners than me, honestly. Like, Woody Guthrie Center is really cool because if you go and you look at the writings, they have a whole middle area of the Woody Guthrie Center where they've got all of, like, not all of his writings, but Woody Guthrie's writings of songs and even just things that he would write stories or whatever. And they're all around this really cool museum display. But when you read it, you realize this guy was just looking at everything and like soaking it in. If you listen to my music, I definitely am somebody that's aware of things, but I'm also more aware of my own things more than I am
Right.
the other parts. And so I think that if you're honest in your music and your words, or you're honest in your observation and not just looking at it through your own lens, then you're probably going to be somebody that has something to say. I think if you're trying to please anybody, and I worry about people, I worry about whether they feel comfortable or whether they feel harassed or whatever. I don't know.
No.
I try to worry about things more than probably most people should. And whenever I write my own songs, though, I'm not worried about anyone. I write them for myself. Like I said, they're just for me. And if someone relates to them, then that's the best thing that could have ever happened. I didn't realize it. And so now I feel compelled to share it because I feel like it helped me. And so at the end of the day, people have been really cool with me and telling me that, hey, this was something that you really connected with the way I was feeling. And that really pushed me even further to share it. And so I don't know, be honest with yourself as much as you can be. Man, there are times where you're like, wow, I'm a human piece of garbage. What is wrong? I mean, you guys know. You guys clearly get
We're
that,
a
right?
total show
Clearly.
all the time.
I am working on it. Thank you.
So what song? What song are you gonna play for us, man?
I'm gonna play a song called "World Apart."
Okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of a really short
We
story.
paid
of me.
you for 2. I was thinking we would get 2 songs because if you, they don't know
There's no money involved here. What?
that.
I drove to the middle of LA. I mean, Blanchard. Don't nip me.
Blanchard?
Blanchard.
Blanchard is gonna be
The
so
Beatles.
Don't act
famous
like
because
this is
of
high
Coco and
status
Darla.
boy.
There's so much money involved here. These are big stakes.
They are.
No, but this song is called "World Apart," and it's a song that I play. I use a guitar and I sing with my mouth. It's pretty good stuff, and it means a lot to me
Complicated. For
Love you
real.
as a
because
human,
there's
you're
some
so
things in it that
I
are
for
really cool.
sure thought you were gonna sing with your ears.
You know, you've heard really cool stories about me that I hadn't heard yet, but that's okay. No, this song is it does mean a lot to me, and it's actually it's about I've always felt like a city slicker, well, that's literally how it starts. I moved to
Oklahoma City to Guyman.
No,
to
I
rural
moved from
Kansas.
Oklahoma City to Guyman. People out there, hello
I know
Guyman,
people
Oklahoma.
there. I know
Hello.
people
Hey,
there would
Guyman.
call it
And then I moved to a smaller
I used
town
to
called
deliver
Rolla,
drugs
Kansas.
to medications.
Oh,
Pharmacy job.
tell
Don't
us
worry.
more. It
Federal
is
government. It was a professional
You're part of the problem there.
capacity.
I'm gonna let law enforcement know.
It was
So.
antibiotics.
Then I moved up to
disease.
Southwest Kansas after that onto a farm in the middle of nowhere. So I always felt like I was like kind of caught between two worlds. So this song is kind of about my story.
I like
But
that.
the thing that highlights in the song is that like there's a few things in it. So it says the money comes easy, but the loving's hard. Don't let us tear this world apart. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Is we've all been in failed relationships. We've all been in things where we were the problem, they were the problem, whatever. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. The loving is the hardest thing that we can do, even if it's with people that we aren't intimately in love with. And so it's a reminder to me. Like it's a constant reminder to me that we have to work on that.
In what aspect? Like just in every person that's put before you every day? Because I
As
feel
much
like
as you
we
can.
should love every
Yeah, if you can
person.
do that, your life is going to be better itself. I mean, like if you're capable
Agreed.
of that, then people will be more prone to be around you and whatever else. And if you can pay it forward,
No, I
this
truly
is silly. I mean,
believe
again,
that.
this can be cheesy and whatever, and everyone's can laugh at it all day long. If you're simple enough to realize this, then you're probably going to be okay in most situations.
No, I truly feel like we
Sometimes
should
you're
love
the-
every person that is
Yeah.
put in our path at every moment and every day. And sometimes those are hard people to love, but I think
The
that's
hardest
how
ones to love, though, are the ones you're beside
I
every
know.
day.
Sometimes
And that's tough.
you're the only person that people get love from. So it's important to like send a smile to somebody or recognize that they're human too and just reach out and love them. Because a lot of times they have a lot of hard shit going on and you may be the only person that brings brightness to their day.
What you said
So-
is the saddest thing in the world, but it's the truth.
Mhm.
like all of us.
Like Coco and Darla.
It's time to play a song.
Song time.
A World Apart by
Song
Jacob
time.
Lee.
Song
Jacob
time.
Lee. Jacob Lee.
1, 2, what?
Heart for free.
Yeah.
Heart for free.
Jacob
Just let it be.
What are you covering over your face
That was the
for?
last of the rap song, but it was the dirty part.
This is so creepy. I feel like I'm in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
You are. The creepy version.
The creepier version of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor?
Please.
That one's sitting right where it needs to be. Right up, just leave it dangling off the edge and point it straighter towards me.
I got it.
Go. But you're gonna be breathing into it, so be careful. I'm just a city slicker living in a rural town. I've come a whole lot of miles just to come around, to learn the ways of the men that play in the sun. I've learned to have a little fun. Still just a little old mind in this big, big world. The more I learn, the more I'll change the world. But if I'm changed, I'm changed. Why do I act the same? Like all these people making pain. Well, the money comes easy, but the loving's hard. Don't let me tear this world apart. Now I ain't never met a man that wasn't my friend. Where does his goodness go when his evil begins? There's not a whole lot of difference between the two. It's what I choose to believe and what I choose to do. Well, the playing comes easy, but the loving's hard. Don't let me tear this world apart. But I don't know what's right. I just hope that I might know. I don't know what's right. I just hope that I might know that where we are is where we belong. It's where we belong. When you hear that yelling, do you tremble in fear? Do we believe everything that we hear? Don't let them turn you away from the sunshine. Live
the way I want tonight. Because the fear comes easy, but the loving's hard. I said the fear comes easy, but the loving is so hard. Don't let us tear this world apart. Don't let us tear this world apart.